Welcome back to Grizz Vision here on Grizz TV. My name is Neal Ruhl. We're here at Greg Kampe in advance of the Thursday night home game as Milwaukee rolls into town. Big weekend for you guys, Coach Kampe. You've gotten to where you want to be in terms of so far in the season, but as we find, Coach, the next game's always the biggest.
Well, every time you win a game, that puts more expectations on the next one. And when you've stumbled the way we did early, there's no room now for a mistake. You know, most people have the ability to make mistakes. We made ours so early that we can't. So we have got to play the way we played our last home game. You know, we've got to play with that enthusiasm. We've got to defend the way we defended Wright State. Our crowds have been so good this year. They deserve us to play with that type of level of enthusiasm. And when we do, we're a pretty good team. So, you know, it's not something that you can just push a button on game day and do it. It's a mental thing that we got to get tougher, and we've been working hard on that, and I think we've made great progress.
Well, speaking of tough, Milwaukee comes rolling into town on Thursday night. About as tough as it gets, Coach.
Yeah, they're one of the toughest. They've always been a tough matchup for us. You know, Tybee has been here the whole 3 years we've been in the league, and he's, you know, I mean, I don't think there's a tougher player in the league than Matt Tybee, and you know, their whole team, you know, kind of juices off that. You know, the plays he makes, the diving on the floor, all the things he does kind of gets that team going. And, you know, we were very fortunate in our game at Milwaukee. He got in foul trouble and only played like 22 to 23 minutes, I think, in the game. And that had a big reason why we won that game.
Now, Coach, when you look at it, that first matchup, what do you take out of that first matchup to apply to this next matchup here Thursday night?
Well, we got to play inside out. We got to get the ball at the rim against them. You know, we can get Tybee in foul trouble if we can get it to the rim, and they, you know, so we've really got to get to the rim. And then defensively, we got to take the three away. You know, we won at Milwaukee. I think they made 5 threes against us, and if they'd have made 10, we'd have lost. If they made 8, we probably would have lost. You know, it's just, that's who they are, man. They've got a great point guard who can really pass the ball, and he causes issues, and he can get in the paint, and he finds open people, you know. He's a lot different than Kay, but he's as effective in the things that he does. And, you know, controlling him is important. And this might sound weird. It's not controlling his points, it's controlling his assists. You know, we've got to be there on the catch on his passes and not give up the three. And if we can do that, and, you know, so what, he gets 18 or 20, if his assists are 3 or 4, then we got a chance, you know. But if he gets 11, 12, 13 assists, they're usually for threes, and then we're going to be in trouble.
All right, Coach, certainly do appreciate the time. Wednesday night, the Red Ox Tavern, the Greg Kampe Show back 7 to 8. We'll see you all out there, right, Coach?
Yeah, I think it's time that we get you know, when we were early in the year winning all those games, we had big crowds, and then all of a sudden there was no one coming out. I wonder if that had anything to do with getting beat by Youngstown in Northern Kentucky. Maybe it had something to do with it, but nah, we've got 6 in a row going. You would think we might get a big crowd out there again.
All right, we'll see you Wednesday night at the Red Ox Tavern for the Greg Kampe Show. Thanks, Coach.
All right.